Hey everybody, welcome back. This is Frilioth and welcome to another Minecraft episode on the Alphacraft server. We're back in the stronghold today because I need to get some gear. I need to smelt up some bricks for a project I'm doing over at Spawn with Jaques and Wild. We're going to make an industrial Iron Foundry kind of iron smelter kind of thing underneath the Iron Alpha. And it's going to involve a massive blast furnace and some machinery and some moving parts and a few rails, and Jaques and Wild are going to decorate it up, make it look all purdy and everything. So I've had to come over here. I've grabbed myself a load of clay. So I've been clay hunting, and I need to stick those in the furnace. But while I was over here, look what I found. Found a first prisoner. So what we're going to do first off, hopefully he's still going to be there when I get back. I should have put the name tags closer to the prisoners, shouldn't I, really? Should have, but didn't I? It's only just below us, so it should be okay. Famous last words. There they are. So who we're going to call him? We'll call him Solitary Confinement. We'll have Ted Bundy in there to start with. Good old Ted, was he in solitary? You know what, I've got no idea. I'm pretty sure that they stick you in solitary if you're on death row. Not that I've ever been on death row before, so I don't know. There he is, old Ted's still here. So let's break the bars. Put something down. I don't really want to drop the bars inside. Oi, Ted. Come here then. Man. You're hard work, aren't you? Can you not see me? That's better. There you go. Ted Bundy. Our first inmate. Now, unfortunately... Oh! Was that you? Man, if that was him, did he get me through the bars? I've never seen that before. Absolutely frightened me to death. Right, unfortunately, because the bars are on the front now, you won't be able to see his name. However, pick those up. We do know that's Ted. And I'll put a sign outside. Don't have any signs. I'll put a sign outside up the top there, probably saying, Ted Bundy, do not feed. Or something like that. Can you hear that slime? Right, so let me go and throw all of my clay balls in the furnaces to make a load of bricks, and then we'll make our way over to Spawn and start loosely knocking up some kind of industrial blast furnace. Your stuff to cook. Boop. Love it. Look at that. And we all know what time it is outside, don't we? It's dark o'clock. Right, I'll see you back at Spawn. I've just popped upstairs to the Iron Alpha, and I didn't want to turn it off completely because it takes a while to start up again. Like I've mentioned before, a good couple of hours to start up again. So what I've done is I've just popped into the middle and I've closed the centre fence gate. It's bang in the middle, which is stopping those guys from falling down. Which means I can work down there in a little peace and quiet, and I am going to lose drops, but at least when I open that fence gate again, the iron's going to start flowing and I won't have to wait a couple of hours for it to get going. And also, because we've only got 70 villagers, 35-ish there, 35 over there, there'll never be more than 7 golems in the farm, so we're not going to get inundated with golems anyway. But look, they're just brilliant. I love this design. So pleased. And I'm so pleased I've checked it as well in 1.14 in the snapshots, and with a few minor tweaks, this will still work in 1.14, so I am quite pleased. Well, it'll work in 1.14 when they fix the golem spawning problem that they've currently got. There's a bug for that on the bug tracker. I'll try and put a link in the description. Go and vote for it, please, because if they don't fix it, then golems just won't spawn in any iron farm, not just this one, in any iron farm. So what I need to do now is rip this down. I'm going to be making a huge, like I mentioned, a huge arch-ish shaped blast furnace. It's going to be like an open fire with burning netherrack in the middle and hopper minecarts embedded in the netherrack, so the drops get sucked away and it's going to go off over that way. So I'm going to knock up an arch out of brick, and then you can all have a laugh at it, and we'll have a look at it in a second. So that's the sort of thing I was thinking about, with a large entrance to the blast furnace, with the golems falling down into here, being smelted down into lovely iron. And I've got a bit of floor down, some tracks. Maybe I'll put rails down there. Maybe. I don't think I've got any rails on me, actually. No normal ones anyway, no. But maybe I'll put some rails down there. Maybe I'll just leave it like that. I'm not sure yet. So what I need to do now, I've got the hoppers in there. I need to embed some netherrack or hoppers into netherrack. So now I need to somehow break the rails underneath. Brilliant. Bit of netherrack. Get some good old piston action going above it. Do some smashing. Perfect. Excellent. So I'll do that another 2 times, and then we'll have a look, another look at it. Brilliant. So now that's like that. Any golems that fall down, I'm going to actually set this on fire. It's all going to be burning. So from the front, it's going to look like it's just a massive open pit of fire, big open blast furnace. But the golems are going to fall straight down the middle, and they're going to land on the fire. And obviously, they're going to be taking damage from the lava anyway. So it won't take them long to die in the fire. But because we've got hopper minecarts embedded into the netherrack, anything that falls on there, it gets sucked up super quickly, so it doesn't have time to burn before it goes into there, because the hopper minecarts just suck it through so quickly. If you were to put just normal minecarts underneath there, obviously they wouldn't get sucked through the netherrack anyway, so you do need to embed the hopper minecarts in them. So now I'm going to fill around the sides of it with this stuff. Okay, so that's that. I think that looks okay. Let's set it on fire, see what happens. What I'm going to have to do as well, and this might not look very good in other people's texture packs, but in mine it should look okay. I don't want the golems falling down here and then jumping up onto here, because if they jump up on here, or we get iron going up on here, then obviously it's going to get damaged. So if I put that block of glass there, I can't see it, but it stops things from being able to get up there. And then I need to put some glass across the front, so I don't want these golems getting out. I love this glass, it's brilliant, but I can't see it. I've got no idea where it is until something jumps out at me. I don't know, man. Guess what I forgot to do? The one thing I went in there to do. Brilliant. I'm an absolute genius. Right. There. Blast furnace. Right, let's go up. Let's go up here and open. Let's go up here and open the fence gate. and start letting these bad boys down. If I can get to it. Can I get to it quickly? Oh, close one. I don't know whether they're open or closed. Let me see if I can do it from underneath. Oh man, I didn't think this one through, did I? Which ones is it? 2. Oh man, I've opened and closed most of them. Let's grab some netherrack and do a bit of blocking up. Brilliant. Look at that. I could stand here all day. But I can't. Right, and we've got iron going in. Iron going in. Everybody's happy. Raining out of the sky. Right, I'm going to pop back up there and close it again because I'm not going to be able to work with all of this noise. And so we're on to the next job now. We need some kind, I want some kind of pouring bowl. A big old bowl. I can't think of a better way of putting it. Bowl coming off the side of it, and I'll see bowl again. Bowl off the side that's got lava pouring out of it as if it's molten steel coming out of the blast furnace and pouring into the moulds. So I'll see if I can knock myself up a bowl and I'll be back in a minute. Okay, I think that looks like a bowl. It looks like a bowl, doesn't it? What I did, you might be able to tell, I made a bowl, a normal bowl, and then I just chipped a little bit off the front and I added a little bit to the back, and then I chipped a little bit more off the front and I added a little bit more to the back to make it look like it was tipping up, and I don't think it looks too bad. Actually, I don't think it looks too bad at all. So we've got, and then we've got the arm at the top that is supporting the bracket that the bowl tips on. And now I need to grab a lot of lava and probably burn myself to death. 1, 2, 9. Don't think I'll need that many. And I want the lava to be coming out of the spout, so it's sort of, in effect, it's being made in here, it's being smelted in here, and then it's being pumped through there, and it will go along the top and come out of the arm at the top and land in the bowl. I've got to do this without killing myself. I need to put lava on. I need to put lava up there in that hole, and then I need to put lava on every one of these steps without burning myself. I ain't going to be able to do it. I chickened out there. I should have just gone and done it, shouldn't I? But no, not me. Right. You never know. I might get away with this. Without killing myself. What's that? 3? 3 left. 1, 2, 3. Look at that. Did it without killing myself. Dead impressive. And I even had a bit of foresight there to dig a hole at the front so it didn't all go everywhere. I think that's looking okay. I'm liking that. Oh. Yeah. I've spent a lot of time stood about looking at things actually this afternoon, but I think that looks alright, doesn't it? Will do when the golems are coming down. Now, a lot of this I'm going to have to move, so I'm going to have to do a little bit of digging. Because now what I want is, and just to give you a very rough idea, we'll have a funnel that this lava is going to pour into. And then have I got any blocks? I've got some iron blocks. And then what we're going to have here is going to be a line of iron on like a piston feed tape. So we're going to have a piston at that end pushing the block this way. And then when it gets over here, this block's going to be pushed backwards, then it's going to be pushed back round again. And it's just going to keep going around on a very slow timer. It's not going to be very quick. It's just going to be very slow. And while that's happening... Darn it, I thought I'd got some pistons on me. There they are. And while that's happening, we're going to be having pistons at the top. Like this. And then possibly pistons underneath. And they're going to be opening and closing. So it looks pretty much like the iron, the rod of iron, the bar of iron is being hammered from top and bottom. And as I say, that will be on a very slow piston feed tape. So it'll hammer it and then move it and hammer it and then move it and then hammer it. It'll look like we've got an endless supply of iron coming out of the foundry. I'm liking the idea. Let me put I'm going to put most of the structure up, but then we'll probably do a bit of redstone on camera because we have done a few jump cuts this episode. But I've got to clear this mess out to start with, and then we'll have a look at it again. Okay, so I've lobbed down some pistons, put some sticky pistons at the top, and I'm going to stick on the face of those. I'm going to stick some andesite, some polished andesite, because I want it to look like a big hammer, a big steel hammer. If we throw those down on there, so the steel gets poured into there, as you saw. It gets pushed through here. These are meant to be some kind of rollers. So it's on rollers, basically, but I think that looks okay. So around the back, we've got another piston. Where's my scaffold? Got another piston there. So the steel's going to get pushed to here. It's going to get pushed to here. It's then going to get pushed down to here. It's going to get pushed back over, and it's going to go around on a big tape, like I mentioned. So we need some blocks. We throw down some blocks like that, and then I suppose we need to put some redstone in. Don't want to put it in a place where I'm going to be walking. So if we stick some redstone across here, because I want these all to fire at the same time, then they need to come down onto the piston that's down here. I can't remember where it is. There it is. So it needs to come down onto that block, but I need a delay. I don't want it to fire straight away, so there needs to be a bit of a delay. So we'll have to stick a repeater in for that. Stick a repeater there. Yeah, and then another repeater there. I knew I'd put that block bang where I needed to put another block. Oh no, I need that repeater there. Yeah, going into a block. And then we need to run a line of blocks. I'm going to use brick because actually I don't have many of these left, so I shouldn't really be using these, should I? Not when you can't see them. So run this line all the way down the back. block there. So now we should be able to run a line of repeaters down the back here. Let's stick a bit of dust. Actually, I don't need to be a massive amount of delay. Okay. And now we need to run it into that block there. So in theory, I need to do that, but I also need the signal to go back up to the top again. Bit of a delay. Should start again. What do you reckon? Are we on a winner? Right, we need to start this bad boy. So grab a lever and then sounds like it's working. That sounds like it's working a treat, doesn't it, really? The only way I'm going to be able to find out is actually if I stick some more iron blocks in there. So I can't remember where I've put my iron blocks. Not as if I'm going to be short many. Grab some iron out my beacon box. If I put in too many, it's going to start pushing them out of the sides and everything. So I've got to be careful while I'm lobbing these in. Right, let me fill this up then. Put in another one. This is dead nerve-wracking. Okay, one more. Oh, put it in the wrong place. Dagnabbit. Alright, so oh, that's better. That's better. Have a look what it looks like from the front. Oh, let's go and sleep first. Don't want phantoms diving down on me while I'm looking at my newest masterpiece. Oh, I'm liking that. No end. I mean, it is pretty simple, really, but I'm loving it. What I did earlier on as well, off camera, was I knocked out a couple of these blocks, and I knocked out the block above it, so the lava flowed down onto this bottom block. So now it looks like the lava is dripping through the bottom of the bowl, which I think that's got a really nice effect to it. I like that. I want to put an on-off switch on this as well, just because I can. Well, actually, I need to put some blocks behind. I need to put some blocks behind the back before I do anything, while I'm still thinking about it. Probably a bit of lighting on here too. Oh, ran out of torches. Perfect. Do love it when a plan comes together. Right, I need to figure out, I'm going to figure it out off camera, but I need to figure out where to put a Or do I need to? I might just be able to do it now. I need to put an on-off switch, and I want to use a switch I used on my... Pop that out. That I used on the ice farm I did a while ago, which is basically a switch with a sticky piston and an observer. Which I don't have my observer. Oh, my ankles. My ankles are going to be shot by the end of this series. So, sticky pistons, levers, torches, got the lot. And I think I can stick an observer there. If I stick an observer there, when it starts, it should put a pulse through. So let's lob a temporary block down. Block. Get rid of those. Sticky piston. Just there. Okay, yeah. Loving it. Now we need to power that piston without powering the dust. If I put blocks there and put a torch on the side of this thing, that's going to power the block, isn't it? Without powering the dust. Is it going to power the dust? It's not going to power the dust. That's perfect. Anybody would think I knew what I was doing. And then we'll stick a torch, a lever there. Alright, it's upside down, but we'll get over it. So, off. On. Switch goes off. Switch goes on. Switch goes off. Switch goes on. This is really only for aesthetics. It's doing nothing rather than looking pretty cool. But I just wanted it on there just because. Okay, no other reason. Brilliant. Right. Let me tidy this up a little bit, hide all of this stuff around the back, eat something, and then we'll have one last look at it. So I stood here looking at this thing for ages, and I wasn't happy about how the lava poured in, the molten steel poured in a little bit too close to the side of this. So I ripped it down and I moved it 2 or 3, I think it was 3 blocks over to the left, which has meant that I could then put like a funnel, a chute for the lava to fall into, and then it looks now like it's sort of falling into a trough and then being pushed into the mould, and then it's being formed and extruded out. I think that's the right word. And I like it much better, so I'm glad I did that, although it did take quite a while. And the back looks like a box. Unfortunately, I'm going to rope a couple of the alphas in to help me make this look a bit more purdy, actually. I'm hoping to make this into a massive steel foundry, which incorporates the Iron Alpha, which is going to have a fantastic skin around it that Jaques and Wild are currently designing. And hopefully then it's... I don't want to give too much away, but the design is going to drop golems out of there into the roof, in through the chimney kind of thing, into the foundry, and then it's going to get smelted into iron ingots, which are then, I'm thinking of having some kind of mechanism over here that fires them out before they go into storage. So you'll be able to see all of the iron ingots shooting out into like a big, I don't know, another big bowl maybe, and then they'll get stored into some kind of shulker storage system that's going to be over here. Maybe a work in progress. What I'm going to do now then is quickly whiz up to the top, open the gate, and then we'll just stand and have a quick look at all the golems falling down, and then we'll call it a day. So there you go. Iron Alpha's working again. Foundry's working, which is brilliant. There are so many golems falling down that should always have a golem in there burning. we've got the foundry working on the iron. I think we've got to start something there. I love that. I'm really liking it. So I think we'll call it a day for today then, everybody. Thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you have enjoyed this episode, please don't forget to leave it a like. And if you've really loved it, don't forget to subscribe for future videos. This is Frilioth, and I'm out of here.